There. Time to turn to the back page. Will Durst is here because we do need a little comedic element to this Barry Bonds story. Steve Moskowitz is back from Hawaii, by the way.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Was your vacation good?
It's wonderful.
What island?
Oahu.
Oh, the Rock.
All right. You didn't leave the room much. You didn't get much of a tan.
Well, I wanted to not get burned.
We'll talk about that later. Barry Bonds.
That's good for you. You don't want to get burned.
Will Barry Bonds be going bye-bye is the question. The very day that this came down, you and I were both raising our eyebrows about the obstruction charge. If they didn't get him for the perjury, how can you get him on obstruction? His defense team is essentially saying the same thing, Steve. Is there a possibility Judge Ilston throws this out completely or issues a retrial?
There's a possibility. We're in post-trial motions where the judge can reverse the jury if the jury comes back with a guilty, but not the other way. The problem with post-trial motions is that they're not granted a lot. But here it's so bad. And the United States Supreme Court has said that this is not lying. He didn't lie. He wasn't responsive to the question. But what you're supposed to do is the questioner is supposed to go ahead and say, answer my question. And if you still won't, ask the judge, make him. But here, he didn't lie. He was just rambling and non-responsive. That's why it so stinks.
Well, the question they asked him in front of the grand jury dealt with the syringe and Greg Anderson and all that, and his response was, I was a celebrity child, not just in baseball, by my own instincts. I became a celebrity child with my famous father. So he's obviously rambling on, but rambling is not a crime.
Exactly.
So if you're on this jury,
rambling is not a crime.
Where's their obstruction here? Help me.
Well, he didn't tell the truth, obviously.
That's a different
okay, he told the truth, but he didn't answer the question.
There's a difference between not telling the truth and lying, though.
That's what the United States Supreme Court said. The problem is, if I say to you, what time is it, and you go to Thursday, well, that's his next shot. Okay. But before you get to appeal, what he's asking is, judge, throw it out. Now, if he gives an acquittal, we're done. If it stays, then he gets his next shot to essentially do the same thing with the appeals court.
Here's the question I want to know. Why did they keep on his butt over and over and over? It cost millions of dollars, and it was obviously they didn't have a lot to hold their case on to. You know, it was immaterial, it was irrelevant. Everything should have been thrown, but they kept going in on him. Why did they want him so bad? It's like Fitzgerald in Chicago on Blagojevich. He wants to nail his butt. For some reason, Blagojevich really ticked off Fitzpatrick. Why are they going after him?
Big celebrity gets a lot of attention, and they're making an example out of him. And part of the problem
about steroids or lying.
No, but they're trying to show you cannot lie to the grand jury of the United States of America.
That's right, you can't. But on this one, on the obstruction, he didn't lie. He wasn't responsive. It's like I said to you, what time is it? And you say it's Thursday.
All right. Here's the risk in what they're doing. Might the federal government go back and retry him on everything else because there was no
double jeopardy?
Yeah, I mean, the charges of perjury were 11-1 was one count, and he could get convicted on that. So what might they go back and try him on that?
The prosecutor's going to go in and tell the judge if they want to do that. And here's where the backroom door comes in. The prosecution is entitled to go ahead and say, we want to try him again on all three. And especially when you have 11-1 guilty count, that's a lot of danger. And
the year 2020, the case against Bonds.
Maybe Barry gets the spot Obama left open. Maybe that's the whole way this all comes together.
Could that be gambling on this?
See you tomorrow from Oakland.